Those who are engaged in ownership of their life storytelling and controlling the dynamics of narratives around them finds favorable outcomes. The story can generally be true. The story could be distorted truth. The story could be told by individuals, corporations, and or nations. Have you ever wondered how Great Britain, United Kingdom, France, and a country such as Greece managed to colonize so many countries? They understood the power and they pursue the power and influence in gaining control of this whole idea of storytelling. Um, they control the colonized nations and the storytelling through the language, through culture, and then governance of these colonized nations. When we don't tell the story, when we don't tell our life story, someone else tells it. The outcome also ends up not in our hands. I remember signing a semi-professional soccer contract to play for a team, and in the process of formulating my profile, which is basically a brief synopsis of my background, where I played, etc., etc. Um, when they did and they posted it on the website, I saw it and I thought it could be better. So I reached out to the team PR, that sort of storytelling part of the team person. And, personally, I thought they would be very, they will warmly receive my thoughts on my profile and seek to revise it. But no, they were not interested in revising the storytelling. So these are semi-professional teams, but what they do, they call themselves and they create the narrative um, of them being the area only professional team. So they understand that, and they understand the power of that sort of narrative, that storytelling, because what that does, it positions them well for sponsors and investors, because you are looking to sponsor and invest in the area only professional team. And then also, what is the greatest asset for these semi-professional teams? The players. And so for them to engage in getting the right players, um, they want to create that story that you are coming to play for the area only professional team. So semi-professional is halfway to professional. It's not professional, but they understood the storytelling, and so that's how they told the story, of course, so that there is a favorable outcome for them. You can make $250,000 a year doing something you obviously enjoy, you love. Of course, it's going to come with its stresses, etc. But you're doing this work for a company. You don't own the company. The company controls the narrative and the storytelling for as long as you remain with them. And so at any given time, the story can be changed. The outcome can be unfavorable to you because you don't control that storytelling and that narrative related to that company. If you were to start a company, a small business, you run it, you are in control of the storytelling, you are in control of the narrative, the overall dynamics, and the whole process of growing this company. Imagine earning 250,000. That means you take away a great deal of value, a great deal of understanding of structure, a great deal of processes, a great deal of dealing with people, great deal of dealing with people with different cultural background, different understanding, different level of skill set and value that they bring to the table. Because at that level of 250, you are interacting with such people. There's a great deal of value to walk away with. So in other words, you can actually take all that great deal of value and add it to your own business. Um, So you have started this business, and let's say your first year you earn 20,000, 30, 40, 50, 60,000, to the point where you're earning $120,000. So when you have finally find that consistency in earning $120,000, let's just say it's 3 to 5 years, 3 to 7 years, whatever, however long it takes you, you have the opportunity to spin off that small business you have with a valuation of about 1.2 million. So that's 10 times the revenue, right? There's a few things that goes into it, but you have that opportunity to change a very comfortable situation at $250,000 annual income to a situation where you are controlling the story, you are controlling the narrative, you are in control. And so what that means is, at the end of the day, at the end of that sort of spin-off, you're sitting on a 1.2 million income that you can utilize to create more stories.